The inquiry to my project is a question: how can character-environment relationship be explored in a 2D surreal animation to communicate the theme of interconnection in nature? I'm exploring the concept of interconnection of flora and fauna and the influence of this contact on the environment. In my 2D animation, a fallen apple is used to connect the vignettes and shows diverse interactions with mysterious surreal characters. Each character from my story influences and interacts with the apple every time differently according to their characteristics and non-identical personalities. The abstract living environment changes according to this correlation of characters and settings. It changes together with characters and their actions. I'm exploring a surrealistic style in movements, narrative, and character design. Particularly with this project, I concentrate on graphical surreal transitions. I have analyzed a lot of animated films in this field, and this research benefited a lot in such aspects as development in a non-realistic movements of absurd characters and abstract smooth transitions. In Folio 1, conceptual tool of transition was central in my exploration on surreal narratives. In Folio 2, I continued this journey, achieved much more coherent movements and inventive transitions. Moreover, I analyze animated films with a limited color palette and animations where line work plays an important role to find the perfect solution for my narrative. In my animation, I paid attention to the relationship and harmony between colors and graphical line work. My characters don't have their own colors, they are always white, which makes a viewer concentrate on lines. The background is created in shades of blue. However, to emphasize key parts, color accents were added, for example, on apples and tongues. First, and one of the most important methods in my project was a character design and development. In Folio 1, I created 8 surreal characters and analyzed their characteristics. Also, the first simple character animations were done in Procreate after sketches to examine the interest of movements and to study 12 principles of animation. For Folio 2, after brainstorming, the decision was made to continue the narrative only with 5 the most interesting characters. On the slides, you can see the whole path that was done with my character development, starting from sketches and first animations to scene brainstorming, rotation sketches, and finishing with animation process and character appearance in the final animation. The first character is a skinny branch look guy who licks the apple and it affects him crucially. After a bit of tripping, he turns to the second slimy character. In the moment of his agony, the environment is also changing. Objects are rotating, falling, and melting. The second cute slimy character who appears from the first one is playful and childish. He licks himself and kicks the apple to the next scene. With the appearance of second slimy character, the environment changes to bubbles. The third character puts an apple into the stomach, it goes through and falls on the backside. For this character, first time I tried to create rotation sketches, which eventually helped me a lot with implementation of his movements. The fourth character is an anxious creature who is terrified with an apple. He is hysterical and discouraged. When he notices an apple, his chin starts to melt. An apple sticks to his body. While trying to escape, a character is flying away. Eventually, an apple comes out and falls back to the ground. The last one character is a gluttonous dog who swallows the apple and doesn't face any consequences. Second method, which I use mostly in Folio 1, is storyboards. However, I use them in Folio 2 while creating scenes from first to third. Next method is an animation. In the Folio 2, I spend majority of time animating. As this animation is the first one in my life, and while creating it, I was also trying to get used to new software. This process for me was incredibly slow, but at the same time fascinating and full of discoveries. Especially the most appealing method in the animation was a metamorphose or morphing from completely different form or type. For example, transformation from first skinny tall character to the second slimy shapeless, or transformation of the anxious character to his other absolutely new and different guises. Also, morphine are used while creating a surreal transformation of the environment. For instance, the stalactites are transformed into bubbles, or the puddles and the clouds turn into drops and fly away. Next method is a sound design. For my animation, sound plays a significant role, so I paid a lot of attention to the sound design. Firstly, by analyzing which types of sound do I need and how it's better to combine those types. Secondly, by searching and recording sounds by myself, following by mixing and combining them together through working on sound transitions. Production of this process helped me to explore the surreal movements, narrative, and transitions. I realized my concept of interconnection in nature through a series of inventive morphings and transitions between scenes with characters and environment. This is my almost finished animation. I'm planning to slightly correct frames in the end and work on sounds more.
Mhm.